Alright guys, I am back with more Dokkan Battle. So, here we have Android 18 and Krillin, the first of the free-to-play 6th anniversary EZA units that came with part 3 of the celebration. Now, I wanted to do these guys first because I feel like they are the most criticized, the most scrutinized of the 6th anniversary free-to-play units. A lot of people say that they're mid, that they're just bad, and I just disagree with that. Now, I think that it depends on where you take them, but I feel like if you take them to events that suit them well, then they can perform very well for you. So, with that being said, let's get right into them. Now, taking a look at their hidden potential system first, I have 6 additional and 15 crit on them, so I went for a full crit build. Now, I think that you should not split between AA and crit in this instance because I feel like you're not going to get much benefit from either of them if you do that. Going full crit or full additional are both decent options depending on what you're looking for. Full additional is good if you're wanting them to try and stack a little bit faster than normal, but full crit is infinitely better once they're fully stacked. So, with that being said, that is what I'm running. You pick your poison, whichever you prefer. Now, I also have a 500 defense skill orb on them. I only have it there because I don't have a 500 attack one, but before they are fully built up, their defense isn't that good looking. So, with that being said, let's look at their turn 1 defense here. 78k. Now, you have to remember, that is with 100% support on rotation, 60% from MVP 17, as well as 40% attack and defense from Tien and Roshi. Now, their best linking partner will be Tien and Roshi, so we're going to keep them linked up at the front here for the extra attack and defense links, or just the links in general. Now, linked with Tien and Roshi, they're at 103k defense, but again, it's very mistelling. It's more like 50k defense if all of this support wasn't on rotation. Probably lower. Probably like 30k defense, honestly. So, really not stellar turn 1 defense, but having the right units supporting them can help a lot with that. So, we're going to have 100k defense here turn 1, linked with 100% support and with 6 out of 7 links. I don't know why they gave them courage as a link. It's very weird, but their best linking partner is, yes, the other 6th anniversary free-to-play unit, Tien and Roshi. So we're going to grab all of these INT key spheres, even though it probably would not matter. We're not going to get the additional super attack off because this phase of Goku is already almost gone, thanks to LR Goku and Frieza absolutely dominating him. So we're going to get 1 super attack built off already. 950k attack stat, that is with 40% attack support on the passive for the rotation. So, yeah, they're going to finish him off, but that is 1 stack built up. So, let's talk about them building up. Their passive is changes physical key spheres to INT key spheres at the start of turn, launches an additional super attack with 5 or more INT key spheres obtained, and attack and defense plus 30% with each attack performed, up to 180%. So yes, that is with each attack performed. That is not just super attacks performed. So that means that you can actually get the normal attack and have them build up 30% attack and defense. Now, it would take 6 attacks to fully build up their passive to 180% because obviously 30% times 6 is 180%. So it will take 6 attacks, and that is why additional attack is better for the earlier building of the unit. But later on, of course, crit does start to overtake it in terms of damage. Well, I think crit overtakes it in terms of damage regardless, but we're not going to be able to get 6 key spheres here, or 5 INT key spheres rather, so we're just going to take the 4, so they won't have a chance for an additional super attack, which is unfortunate as they're only going to be built up 60% of the way. Not 60% of the way, but only 60% of their passive rather. So they're only going to be at attacking defense plus 60% with this next super attack from them. So on average, it should take you around 3-4 turns to fully build them up. Now, if you're very unlucky and you get 1 super attack per turn, it could take up to 6, which is inherently why the unit is kind of scrutinized. Because of the slow build-up, it means that for events that aren't as long, like, say, Extreme Super Battle Road, they're just not going to make it. they're just not helpful there because they take too much time to build up, and their defense, even when fully built up, unless it has a lot of support on rotation, it's just not looking good for them. That's just quite the reality of it, is that their defense isn't even that stellar when you fully build them up. However, for the longer events, like the Legendary Goku event that we're in right now, it should be completely fine. The GT Legendary Goku event, that could be fine as well. I know that they have type advantage against the final phase, the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. At the final phase, they have type advantage, so they might perform well. However, I can see the last 3 phases, especially the Golden Grade 8 phase. I can also see the Super Saiyan 4 phase being a problem for them defensively. You might need to protect them, but I think they could actually perform well with them. Let me know in the comments, do you want me to take them into the Legendary GT Goku event and see how they perform there? Now, here is actually the most optimal rotation that I can get with the 18 and Krillin. That is with both Tan and Roshi support, as well as physical UI sign Goku's support, both on rotation. That is a combined 70% attack and defense from both. So they're at 140k defense now, so again, that is with 70% support on rotation, as well as being linked with Tan and Roshi. But still, 140k now, that's not entirely too bad at all. Can we get 5 INT Key Spheres? That is the question. It looks like we can. So here we go, 5 INT Key Spheres. We're going to get the additional super attack. And a good time to see it too, because this is the best support kind of rotation I can provide for the unit currently. So we're going to see some juicy numbers. And after this turn, when we get them on rotation again, they should be near fully built up, if not fully built. So let's hope that they can get a triple attack here, actually. That would be very beneficial for next turn that we see them. But 2.1 million. So it's not bad. You're starting to look better in terms of damage. Now you have to remember as well, they greatly raise attack infinitely with each super attack. So from 2.1 to 2.7, that is with both their passive, getting 30% additional attack from the passive, as well as the greatly raising attack, so a 50% boost. So they're getting effectively 80% attack and 80% attack still, which is, they start to hit very hard. So you can imagine why the full crit really is nice for when they are fully built up, because then all of a sudden, they're going to be hitting like 4 million, 5 million attack stats, and they're going to crit on that. So it's very fun when they are fully built up in the longer events. Now, the God event may be a longer event, but there's more to just a unit than the fact that it stacks or that it builds up in a long event. The God event specifically, you need turn 1 defense, like turn 1 defensive capability. So dodging, damage reduction, just having a good passive for defense, something like that really does help in something like the God event, where this unit just absolutely cannot perform there. Even fully built up, they're going to be taking so much damage because their defense is just, capped at like 250k or so, maybe 300k if you're pushing it with enough support on rotation. But yeah, their turn 1 defense is abysmal. So for the hardest events, generally, you're not going to be looking to bring this unit. But that is not a slight against it, in my opinion. I think that it's just the reality that you can't always have a unit that's good at everything. So this is pretty much fully built up for them. This is 60% support on rotation. Once again, 40% from Tan and Roshi, 20% from Golden Frieza and Ultimate Gohan. So 181k defense, not too shabby at this point. In the Legendary Goku event, that is perfectly suitable. We won't be able to get the additional super attack. Yeah, we just can't do it. So that is my biggest gripe, is that you can't consistently get enough INT Key Spheres. Even though they do change physical Key Spheres to INT Key Spheres, the fact that you just can't reliably get the double supers every single turn means that they could sometimes be built up in 2 to 3 turns, and then sometimes it takes the full 6. And that is my biggest issue with it, because you can't reliably bring it into something like Super Battle Road even. Like Super Battle Road, you think, man, this unit would be alright, but no, not really. It just takes too long. 3.19 million. So we're starting to finally hit the the fully built passive, and they're starting to hit on Dokkan Fest exclusive LR type levels. Like, my LR MUI Goku is hitting around the same, not at full level 10 links. At full, like, he can hit anywhere from like 3 to 4 million depending, but that is at 55%, of course. Obviously, I'm not trying to compare them to a Dokkan Fest exclusive LR, not by any means, but you can see that their damage does start to look pretty impressive, and their defense is acceptable at this point, so it's not looking too bad for them, and that is why I think that they're just grossly underrated, because yes, they're not made for the God event, they're not made for Extreme Super Battle Road, but they can excel in the longer events. GT Legendary Goku event perhaps, the Legendary Goku event, and now on JP we have the Legendary Vegeta event, which is not out on Global yet, it will be in the future. So we do have some areas where they can really have some fun. So here we go. Now this is with 100% support for defense, 250k defense. Now that is starting to look wildly acceptable to me. I don't really want to try and test their defense right here. I think they would survive a super attack. I'm going to grab these int orbs here. Oh, they're going to get a Dokkan attack. That will be a heal. I think we should be fine with the support on rotation. We're not going to heal here, but this will be a pretty nice attack stat from them. This is going to also be a Dokkan attack, so the number will be at the bottom left. It's a 3.3 million attack stat, which is not too awful. Again, this is a Dokkan attack, so yeah, your attack stat is at the bottom left, and you won't see it at the top left like you normally would. So again, really not too bad. Now my other gripe with them is that Tien and Roshi build up in the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku way, the STR version, where it's every single 4 million. Yeah, there we go. That's a juicy, big, chungus number. There you go. But they don't get built up in that regard. Tien and Roshi have the best way to get built up, in my opinion. Or the better way, rather. Not the best way. But the fact that they can just get hit a few times and their passive is fully built. 200 or 25k damage, basically, from Super Saiyan Blue Goku as well. Not shabby whatsoever. Pretty decent, actually. But going back to what I was saying about Tien and Roshi, they build up differently. Now, it's just unreliable to build up based on the number of attacks you can do. Taking 6 attacks to be able to be fully built up versus putting Tien and Roshi in slot 1 and having them almost built up within a turn or two. It's more consistent to have Tien and Roshi built up. So, Krillin and 18 kind of got shafted in that way. They have the weaker, like, support ability with the physical key spheres to int key spheres, which is nice. Granted, it is nice, but it's just, I'd take the 40% attack and defense from Tien and Roshi's passive all day over changing physical key spheres to int key spheres. Now, if they changed from physical key spheres to rainbow key spheres or something, then we're talking, because Universe 7 needs a rainbow key sphere changer. But in key spheres, it's not a bad ability. It's more for them than anyone else. But Tien and Roshi are basically just a better 18 and Krillin. Although 18 and Krillin have the better damage potential, it's a give and it's a take. So overall, I really enjoyed this unit. I think that it is grossly underrated. I think it is slighted a little too much, and I don't think it's fair. So we're going to get one last attack stat with them, and then we're going to call this a video. So this is, again, the most optimal rotation that we can get here with the 70% support from Tien and Roshi. They are at, again, like 245k, 250k defense, so acceptable. And just in case we get hit hard here, I am going to pop a Whis. Now, I don't really want to tank test this because I'd rather just see the attack stats, but we are going to try to get the 5 in key spheres. So there we go, 5 in key spheres. We're gonna get a couple of attack stats, and then we're gonna call it quits. They are fully built up, everything is ready for them. Now we're just gonna see some raw damage. Hopefully we can see them crit as well, because you can really see how quickly they can start to take down event bosses when they are fully built up. Even in a Dokkan event, you don't need them to be fully built up to be able to perform well in a Dokkan event, since most things can tank Dokkan events just well. And yeah, you don't need it. You know, they'll work fine for Dokkan events. 5 million! Yes, That's what I'm talking about. Come on, baby. Now you want the crit on that 5 million tax tag. With the additional 5.3 million, so they do start to become just an amazing unit once they are fully built up. Oh man, that's amazing. But that's gonna be it for the video. Not much else to say. They are pretty awesome. So let me know in the comments who you want to see next, or what content you want to see in the future. Remember to farm this free-to-play unit up. Farm them all up, or else don't make me come. I'll find you and I'll, you know, I'll do it. I'll do it. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.